Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards. And once again, I'm joined for commentary on this game by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going today?
Doing all right.
All right, so we've got another game between myself, I'm on the right, against my good buddy Jerry's on the left, where we're using cards that were in the Allies of Necessity pack. I am playing a deck in this game that was suggested by Boreas from the boards. It is Rebel Smuggler. It's got the Rebel Smuggler affiliation information network that has 2 resources with a 5-5 split. It's got 2 mobilized squadrons, 2 against all odds, 1 along the Gamma run, 1 behind enemy lines, then 2 pushing back the Empire, and 2 Spirit of Rebellion. So it's also got Jin and Cassian in there. And Jerry's built a deck that he just wanted to try for fun with the Sith Scum 2 resource objective, Expendable Allies. He's got 2 Emperor's Web, 2 Agent of the Emperor, 1 Plan of the Prophetess, 2 Heartless Tactics, 2 His High Exaltedness, and then 1 Hive of Scum and Villainy, Greedo making an appearance here. And we flipped up our objectives. Looks like Jerry started with Emperor's Web, Heartless Tactics, and His High Exaltedness. And I am starting with, Against All Odds, along the Gamma run, and I think that is pushing back the Empire there. So, pretty good starts for both of us, really.
Yeah, well, Scum Rebel or Smuggler Rebel is not. Those are the 2 factions that are not really known for the Force. So having Gamma out there is obviously a big boon.
Yeah, that's certainly going to help. And then, like I said, so I've got the new objective, the Cassian one, that after you play a rebel card, reduce the cost of the next non-rebel card you play this phase by 1, limit once per turn. Against all odds, you get an extra blast as long as you have fewer cards than your opponent. Each of your attacking units get that blast. And Gamma, we all know what Gamma does. When Force phase starts, you can flip up the top card of your deck and add that to your count for the Force struggle. And Jerry's got the Web. Reduces the cost of the first Sith objective you play by 1. Heartless Tactics, which gives you if you have a captured card at a Scum objective, you can prevent a point of damage once per turn. And then His High Exaltedness, which did receive the errata, a couple months back, that when a Scum objective is destroyed, you can get a Scum card, or when one of your objectives is destroyed, you can get a Scum event back. Yeah. Whereas it used to be any objective being destroyed, so they nerfed it a little bit. And he's played the fortified holding cells on His High Exaltedness. Now he's playing one of the Twi'lek Sycophants to look at the top 5 cards of his deck and see if he can find an event.
Yep, which normally would be captured.
Right.
Now, is it any event or is it a Smuggler event?
It's actually
Scum event.
Yeah, it's actually any event that you can get with the Twi'lek.
Yeah, so he could potentially grab a Force Lightning or
something.
Right,
he could get a Force Lightning if he wanted to.
Yeah, the thing with
looked like he got captured.
The Greedo set in there gives him a 3rd captured.
Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of talking about wanting to build this before we played this game and trying to figure out what to use for the other Scum set. And I said, well, you could be real silly and play Greedo. He wanted more bounty hunters is what started the conversation, so he could use them, get the discount with Jabba. I said, well, you could play Greedo, you get 3 bounty hunters and you get another captured. It'd be just silly. He goes, yeah, I'm going to do that. So he put in the 3rd captured and 3 bounty hunters.
I think Snuva would have been my suggestion in that case.
But he ended up... so he is committing both. And actually, I was getting ready to play Gamma, and I think... I must have forgot to play Gamma.
Yeah, you should have triggered Gamma. Or I thought I saw you flip a card.
Oh, I might have... That's right. I flipped holding all the cards is what it was. I didn't win.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to play a holding all the cards, so we're each going to draw 2. And I think I just drew the trench run. And I drew that, and I remembered that there was 2 of it in the deck, and I said, well, clearly this deck is designed to try to blow up the trench with all the tricks with Cassian and Jin, and you got Dash in there, and there's even one of Winter set for infiltration to try to actually throw in somebody and get more blast. So I'm probably just trying to figure out how to map this out with sequencing the cards, since I want to get Trench Run on the board here.
Yeah, I always liked Winter's set. Every time I build a deck with it, it seems to suck.
Yeah.
I hate that because I always want to play it and make it good.
And there is Winter. Speaking of the, speak of her.
Yeah. Now she's got a cool ability, if I remember right.
Yeah, her ability is what is it? It's like after you win a force struggle, you can return an enhancement back to the top of your owner's deck or something.
Yeah, so that you can make them pick up fortified holding cells.
Yeah, so
you just got a hired hand there for
free
because of the rebel objective over there.
Right.
Like,
I'm actually
maybe you didn't.
Yeah. I'm gonna play the trench run first for one. I'm not quite sure why I did it that way. I can still. Oh, and now I'm playing. Oh, that's the. Was that necessary alliances? The resource. So I got to play that for one, and then I could play the hired hand for one. So I did that to get the resource out. Is why I did that. That's the one that has influence that matches everything.
Right.
So I wonder he doesn't have much of a board. You know, not very scary. I wonder if I'll go ahead and send Winter and the hired hands in here and try to get some damage on trench run.
I think I'd send the hired. I might keep Winter around and commit her, not only because of her ability, but to make it harder for him to win a struggle and kill the hired gun.
Yeah, looks like I'm sending them both. Maybe I'm hoping I'll flip up something good with Gammer.
Yeah, well, even if you do, then on his turn, he's likely to win the force struggle, and you lose the hired gun.
Yeah.
So you get one swing out of him here.
Yeah.
You might have been able to keep him around otherwise if you'd not sent Winter.
Yeah. I think I'm doing this because of the against all odds. I'm thinking maybe I can get like 4 damage real quick on the trench if I can manage to get him more cards in hand.
Not if he blocks and just pitches his hand. You'll only get your 2.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he kind of has to do that. If I'm him, I'm blocking and I'm putting every card in there. Otherwise, that trench is going to be half dead on turn 1.
Yeah, I gotta think you block here. I can't imagine you let this go through with that. Yeah, he's blocking with both. So the question is, will he pitch his hand? Yeah, sometimes that's so hard to do if you got cards you like. I mean, like, do you really want to pitch them all?
For 2 damage, I mean, and this is the only time he'll have to deal with it. On his turn, he can attack and damage that thing. He can probably commit something and outpace the Gammer.
Yeah. Well, against all odds is always on, though. That's not a while-in damage, so...
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it had to be...
No, it's always on.
Damaged.
It's while your opponent has more cards in hand than you. Each attacking unit gains an extra blast. So he's put 3 in. I think I only put 1 in. I'm trying to just see how many I'll throw before I throw another card in, I guess.
Well, it depends if you have any tricks, too, like holding all the cards.
I'm pretty sure I have a holding all the cards in my hand.
Yeah.
I just put 1 in. He's got 4 with the seeds. That won't matter. And now he's going to play a force choke. So that was actually pretty clever on his part.
Yeah,
he's gonna
now he can kill her.
Yeah, he's going to force choke Winter. And I'm going to play holding all the cards, so we'll each draw 2. I think that'll give him 4, and I'll have 3. So I could still get a bonus here. But he's going to get to strike first.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to probably just kill Winter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
And my hired hands, I'll get 2 blasts because of against all odds, because he's got more cards than I do. So I'll get 2 on the objective. I'll damage a Shadow Guard for 1 because he could have protected anyway if he wanted to. Although I'd probably rather him not protect and get a force card back. He's going to be pretty locked down now. And my hired hands will take 2 damage, but I don't really care because he's probably not long for this game anyway.
Yep.
And now I gotta see if I can flip up a Gamma to keep balance here, which would be nice. And I flipped up 1. It's a little X-Wing, but that's enough. I'll just go to 2.
Yep.
And so now Jerry's actually in a position where he pretty much has to either be able to play out a couple cards and commit one of them, or just play out one thing and not really go on the offense, just to try to commit.
Well, did he double focus his faction card last turn or no?
No, he did not.
So
I did.
Yeah, so he has 6 resources right now.
Yes, he does. He could play PAL.
Yep.
If he plays PAL, there's no way I can win a force struggle with Gamma, I can tell you that.
Nope.
I do not have Yoda in this deck. Look at me playing a deck without Yoda.
It's not Jedi.
That's right. That doesn't mean anything. Sometimes you have all that stuff and they still throw in May the Force be with you.
I'm more surprised to see you playing Smuggler without freeholders.
It was rough. It was against my nature.
Uh-huh.
I love freeholders. I really want to pair him with Cassian so you could try to double strike with a freeholder and all those bombs. Get one of the was it the holdout blaster or whatever it's called that you put on them that doubles the icons if you have fewer units too.
Yeah.
That could be crazy. Alright, so let's see what Jerry's going to get to do here. He's going to play Sith Library. Never hurts. More resources.
Let's see if he's got something big. A main would be pretty useful right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would think you want something that's got enough icons that you're pretty sure you'll win Force.
Well, the problem is he's got 2 of his 3 Force Command cards out there.
Right.
So even if he plays something low and he happens to luck out and win it, then they're all going to be spent.
Wow, he just deadly sighted my hired hands. That almost makes me think like he doesn't have anything that he thinks he can actually win Force back with.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, I think you just play something else anyway and save the deadly sight.
Right. Yeah, that's what I would. I don't know why you play it then.
Yeah, I don't know what else he has. He must have crap here. Maybe he got a Jedi draw with his Scum and Sith deck there.
Did he remember to pay 1 less because of the throne room?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did with Webb. Yep. He's still got 4 resources left. Actually, he's got 5 because he can double focus the objective. He's playing 4 for Saris. Wow. She's a little underwhelming at this point in the game because I certainly could flip up a 2 and keep balance. And I flipped up a 1, so it doesn't matter. So he will get balance back here.
No, that just means his deadly sight was wasted.
Yeah. Because like I say, he could have saved it and then maybe hit something on my turn.
Yeah, he could have played after you played a unit. He could have then killed it right away.
Yeah.
Because again, there's other than your mains, most of your stuff is going to be 2 pips or less.
Right. I see I got a shifty lookout there. For 1.
That's an annoyance.
Yeah. So now even if he dumps his hand, unless he has a way to focus or get rid of my shifty lookout. There's an X-Wing for 1. There's another shifty lookout. That is not really the... Wow.
If you had the 7 reserves, it wouldn't be so bad. But these ones now where you're running the standard 6,
Right.
he's only going to be able to draw 4 cards.
Yeah. He doesn't have another way to kind of cheat things in. So I am going to send the X-Wing in here with my 2 shifty lookouts sitting in the back, minding their own business. And now I guess he could just... I don't even think he can kill the X-Wing with Saris, because Saris only has 1 gun. And that X-Wing has 2 health.
Unless he's got a heat.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a heat in his deck. No. He's got a choke. A choke would be good right now to get rid of the shifty lookout. At least get one of them, then you can maybe focus the other one so it would turn off potentially against all odds if you can dump your hand. So I passed and he put one in.
What was it he had last year? You had the hired gun and you had winter, right?
Yeah, right.
You know what? I just remembered he's got on turn 1, he's got captured in his hand that he never played.
Right, I think he was probably saving it for something good.
Yeah, well, he could have used it on winter and taken out the hired gun that way. Or, well, I mean, he's still holding it.
Yeah, he pitched one. Well, but you can only play captured on your turn, so he didn't really have a chance to do it.
Yeah.
So he's going to win edge. And he's going to focus Saris, and I would assume he'll do a damage to the X-Wing, but it's still got to help. And then, yeah, he's going to focus the shifty lookout. So he's going to let me swing here.
Yeah.
And this could get interesting.
Did you pitch cards to where
no, and there is infiltration. I thought I saw that in my hand. So I wonder what I have to put in. Dash would be really good right now.
So that lets you add a guy to the strike.
Right, yeah. So infiltration.
Is that dash?
Yeah, that is dash.
Now he gains blast equal to cards in opponent's hand.
Right, if he's attacking alone, though.
Is that right?
Yeah, but the infiltration lets you put a character unit into play as your participating unit on your side. If it's still in play at the end of the engagement, you put it back to your hand, or maybe at the end of the phase. So I'm going to get one blast because of against all odds, and now I'm playing covering fire, which lets you sack a unit and then give a shield to another unit, the units in the engagement. So I am sacking.
And it gives it to all of them, yeah.
Right, so I'm sacking to make yeah, that'll make Dash be attacking alone.
That'll turn Dash on, yeah.
Right. So now,
how many cards are left in Jerry's hand?
I don't know. What's it like? He has at least one from the shifty lookout, and it looks like he's got 2 or 3 more maybe because I think he wasn't expecting that. I kept 3 cards in my hand, and I just got rid of all of them. So yeah, I just did 4 more damage. So he must have, and I got a tactics. So.
And you should have also got to kill Saris, right? Didn't the X-Wing already strike?
I struck and he protected, and then I focused Saris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he had the Shadow Guard out. So I got 7 damage on the trench after 2 turns. Not bad. And the dial's still only at 2.
Yeah.
Now Dash will go back to my hand after conflict ends. And I'm just double checking infiltration that I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It may actually be after the phase, not after the engagement. Yeah, it's at the end of the phase, which could be really crazy because if you had Cassian out, you could potentially use him to strike more than one place. And there is a 1 pip card, so I'm going to keep balance. I might commit the shifty lookout anyway. Yeah, so Dial's just going to go up to 3. And wow. And I think Jerry asked to see what it was. That's the teamwork card that lets you get extra points towards edge based on how many different affiliations you have in the engagement. I think that's how it works. I think it's in the engagement, not just on the... Oh, it's actually on cards you control, so it's not even what's in the engagement. Yeah, so the trench has 7 damage on it. You just need to get 10 to win. I need 3 more. So, pretty clever deck Boreas came up with here.
You got Dash in your hand, too, because since you pulled him back, so you know you'll have him to play.
Yeah. The trick is making sure
lookouts on the table.
The trick is making sure he still has enough stuff in his hand that I can turn Dash on.
really needs something like Palpatine here.
Yeah, he does. Palpatine or Jabba, maybe, or... So he's still got 6 resources. He could play Palpatine. Oh, I think we're talking now that he should only drawn up to 5. And he said the last card he drew was actually that Sith library, so he's going to put it back. Yeah. No DQ in this friendly casual game for drawing an extra card. So, not that I think there really should be anyway. That was certainly an accident. We both forgot that the Shifty Lookout was going to do that here. Plus, we'd played some games where we're using the 7-card reserve, so you almost start forgetting how many you should draw.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem going forward, I think, in tournament play.
Yeah, I think so, too.
There's going to be lots of people making that kind of mistake.
Yeah, so we'll see what he ends up putting out here, if there's anything to do. Saris is locked down. He's got the captured, but I don't think you really want to waste the captured on a Shifty Lookout.
What he needs is he needs to put a big guy out there that can handle dash and survive the trench, put some tokens out there, and then the following turn use captured to get rid of dash.
No, he just captured
Looks
Shifty
like
Lookout.
Yeah.
That's going to cost him 3.
Problem is, Heartless Tactics doesn't do much good when you're only going after the trench.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, he's still got 3 resources left, but... only having the Twi'lek to... Oh, he was doing that before he drew, is what ended up happening there. We just backed up. So he played captured before he drew, after he refreshed. But this is not looking good for Jerry here. He's only got, well, I guess he's got 3 resources left because he's got the 2 on the objective on expendable allies. There's a Sith library. Now he drew it for real. Still has 3. I'm not sure what the heck he can play for 3 in his deck. Oh, he's going to Force Lightning for free. And all he's got is the Shifty Lookout here. I mean, not the Shifty Lookout, the Twi'lek. I just need some blast. And I just flipped up Jin to keep balance. I can't do a damage to the trench, though. I'll probably just ping Web because, yeah. But that should probably do it because Jin's got 2 Black Blast. So I probably just can play Jin, and I don't think there's going to be any way he could stop me from killing it and killing the Twi'lek. So there's a hidden outpost. And there's Jin. I probably just need to send her in. That should be game. Blowing up the trench. Seems appropriate for Jin to blow up the trench since she got the plans, right? Blow up the Death Star there.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so again, pretty clever deck that Boreas created there. Jerry had a lot of good cards in his deck. You know, he's following the Tom Malucci theory of play with good cards. You know, he had Palpatine, Jabba, and Dengar in there, and he had Mara in there too. He just didn't draw her, so he just didn't really have good draws in that game. And I kind of got the right combos set up, I think, to just kind of go to town on the trench run and blow up the Death Star. So, you got any final thoughts on this one before we wrap it up, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, he got removal, but the problem is all of it that he got was stuff he would have to do like he generally was doing on his turn.
Right.
So you were getting, like, nothing you put out there got more than 1 swing out.
Right.
But each time it did just enough damage, and with the against all odds out there, I mean, that that was half the damage that the trench took came from that objective.
Yeah, I agree. It was, like I said, it was. I got a pretty good setup there, and with that deck.
He needed some blockers. He needed blockers with tactics or ways to kill guys before striking, and that never happened.
Yeah.
So he couldn't deal with the attackers.
Yeah, sometimes that happens in the game, but it was still good. Try the new cards, and got some mileage out of pushing back the Empire, getting something a little cheaper, and certainly Jin there to win at the end, and that affiliation card, that helped to get some resources out. So it was a pretty fun deck to play. I think Jerry's deck has some more potential, just didn't show its stuff there. So, all right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up for this one. Thanks again for joining me for commentary as always, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yep, anytime.